Hi, everybody. It's Ciara here to give the teen book talk, as I do every Thursday. Even when I'm sick, like last week with my cat. Barnabas is awesome, right? Um, I'm wearing a mask. I'm at work. I'm actually alone, but I'm in a different room because we've got a social distance, even sitting at our desks. So I'm in a different room than where my normal desk is. And I have a sore neck. I don't know why. Anyway, so this week, it is the first Thursday of Black History Month. And so I wanted to feature a book that highlighted just that. I said I didn't want to sort of do a sort of nonfiction book about one of the, famous Black heroes. And part of that is that so I've read a fiction book about Malcolm X's youth. Anyway, I'm not super familiar with really great biographies of a lot of the more famous Black heroes. What I am familiar with is sort of popular biography of a lot of them, and they annoy me because those popular conceptions frequently sort of whitewash what they believed and what they worked for, and I didn't want to contribute to that. But anyway, I also found this book and I loved it. It's a book. Enough about my blah blah blah. So this book is called A Matter of Souls. There we go. And it is by Denise Lewis Patrick. It is not new. It was published in, let me see, I'm going to look it up, 2014. So not too old either. And it has 8 short stories in it. All of them are historical fiction in terms of genre, but they all highlight the strength and beauty that everyday Black people are demonstrating in their everyday lives, struggling with and against racism. And it highlights the strength, the grit, the beauty, the anger, and the love with which these people manage to sort of live their lives in circumstances that are horrific in a lot of ways. And none of them pull punches. We've got stories from, across centuries and across continents. And they depict some of the ugliest ways that white people keep, everything from knowledge, opportunity, respect, and freedom from Black folks to even something as sort of basic to much of humanity as a name. And yeah, I mean, all the stories are very different. Different settings, different characters, different things happening to those characters, characters enduring multiple sorts of trauma over time and changing and dealing with colorism in addition to racism. But there's love. There's great love. And these are your everyday people in life. They're not big shots. and they're dealing as best they can with what life has unfairly given them, you know. So I think what it really, each story reveals the sort of infinite strength of these people, and it's very powerful. Though it is a short book, you see, it's not too thick, and it's, you know, short stories, so, you know, often sort of easier to read than perhaps a whole novel for some people who don't have a ton of time. This is not an easy book to read. Not because of its style or its diction, which are both beautiful and engrossing, but because of its brutal honesty. But it also has a beautiful celebration of Black souls. And what makes this book challenging is precisely why I think everyone should read it. I want to just read you a little bit from the acknowledgments, and then I'll be finished. But from the acknowledgments, the writer writes, "So I'm telling you the stories of people who love and want to be loved, who have faith, lose it, and sometimes find it again. They hope and long and fight and dream for particular kinds of freedom that we today may have forgotten. As separated, segregated, distanced as we may appear to be by time or experience, I'm telling you that our souls remain connected. Our souls remain alive, always and everywhere." And that's, I mean, not that it's surprising that an author would have something quite short and brilliant to say about their work, but that's really what connects all the stories. You know, they're all connected, not simply by being about racism, but, you know, the souls of these people are connected, and remain connected today. So please read it. I'm checking it in as soon as I finish this book talk, and then in a few days you'll be able to check it out. It's a great book, and I recommend it to everyone. Okay. That said, I hope you're all taking care of yourselves, and you're all maintaining the strengths of your soul in the struggle that we are facing as people of every color with this pandemic. Some of us are facing more struggle than others. Institutional and structural racism are seeing to it that, of course, suffering is not equal. But I want you all to know that, you know, we at the library are thinking of you and hoping that you're doing okay, that you're not feeling overwhelmed by all of this, that you're staying in touch with people you love, that you're checking in on each other. You're gonna have bad days. When this first started, I talked to a friend of mine who lives in China, and he said, just know you're gonna have days where you're totally fine. And then you're going to have days where you are paralyzed by fear and anxiety, and you don't really understand why or what's going on. You need to reach out on those days. You need to reach out to people. So there's no shame in reaching out. If you have a lot of those days, there's no shame in asking for help. I say that as someone who has asked for help many times in my life. Professional help I'm talking about. There's no shame in that. We want you to be as healthy as you can be, as happy as you can be, and to definitely be around for as long as possible. So take care of each other, check in on each other, okay? Check in on your friends, your family, older folks who might be a little isolated, just as you guys are isolated in a different way. Take care. Take walks. Take walks and just notice everything around you. Make sure you're sleeping. Don't spend too much time on social media freaking out about whatever. All right. Remember that you are a beautiful person. You are a beautiful soul, and you're going to make it through this. You have strength that will help you get through it. All right. So take care. I'll see you next week. And from this blank looking office in the library, I take my leave. See you next week, guys.